What's up, big guy? How
How's
you
it
been?
going, man? Good. How are you?
It's it's going. I was drinking while I watched the bombing start.
Yeah.
Kind of put a damper on the night. To throw something at the last caller,
Sure.
I think, does he forget he was military, at least he said.
Yeah, he said he's a
Does he
helicopter
forget
pilot.
Afghanistan? Does he forget does he not know what the Hawala networks are? Like,
I mean,
they
you have to
have a
ask
low
him.
tech way.
Yeah. Yeah,
Hawala
for
networks
sure.
are basically a way of passing money and information, and it's
Okay.
low tech, and it's why the Taliban was able to basically survive and thrive
Yeah.
despite all of our technical capabilities.
I mean,
And
that's
so
the
it's like, yeah, just
one thing I really do feel, no matter how badly this goes, this is not going to be an Iraq, Afghanistan redo. I don't. I
it could
do feel
be
like Trump has very much
worse.
learned that lesson.
Well, at the end of the day, it's still asymmetric warfare.
Right.
Like, and so, have you ever heard the old allegory of the general and the farmer? Where
No.
the general goes, how could the citizens ever resist us? We have the most powerful military in the world. We have jets and bombs. And the farmer says, yeah, you also have homes and families.
Right.
And so it's, they don't have to score every victory. All they have to do is get one.
Mm-hmm.
Look, we already saw it in Austin.
Yep.
Like,
I
the
mean,
second the
we're
military relaxes, it's
if this goes
open season
on.
for them if they want.
I mean, I don't like making prognostications like this, but if this goes on even a few more weeks, like we're gonna have a couple more Austins, almost guaranteed. Like guaranteed.
100%, because he wasn't just a leader of a country, he was a religious leader.
Exactly.
And luckily, do you know who Ayatollah Sistani is?
No.
He's a religious leader in Iraq. He's related to the Dawa party and Skiri, who were two of the major factions in Iraq. The third was Sadr, who was like an Iraqi nationalist Shia. The Blackwater guys, where they got like hung up from the bridge and killed, that was in Sadr City.
Okay.
But the Dawa and the Skiri guys rolled over or the Iranian border when we toppled Saddam. And just as easily, they could roll right the fuck back to Iran, like if we tried anything serious. And if Ayatollah Sistani goes, hey, there's a fatwa against the United States, like at least Khomeini, like he was fairly careful with his wording from what I've read, where, he would say like, look, we don't like what the government's doing, but we also understand that the people don't really control the government.
Right.
But if someone were to go, yeah, it's open season on Americans, it's like, well, what are you going to see happen? And so that's why I'm not worried, but I'm fairly cautious of this,
Yeah.
especially with the open borders the last 4 years. It's just,
I mean,
it's
it's
a
a pretty
mess.
reasonable thing to be worried about here. Like, I don't think I'm being unreasonable in my
And
concerns, especially after Sunday.
no, you're not at all. And like, I think the other thing that's like irritating to me, at least, because I fall into the Dave Smith-ish camp, I guess is what I'd say. And it's kind of annoying after all these years to see all the boomers just fall right back in line after you get a bombing. Like one of the callers said, we've lost our appetite for violence. It's like, yeah, 30 years of war. I can't remember a time where we haven't been at war
Right. I
in
think
my
I
life.
think I saw something
And so
like
it's like,
there's been like 1 4 year period, or I don't know. There's not many years that America hasn't been at war in the last like 30 years.
I was born in 94. I don't remember a time in my
Yeah, pretty
like
much your whole
lifetime of
life.
memories. Yeah, and it's like it's not that we've lost the appetite for violence. It's almost just I don't care. Like
Yeah.
it's I've seen through it.
Yeah,
And
and you know what? Like, and my thing with this, like, because I know obviously like the anti-war people, and I do commend them that they are very like principled and consistent, which not a lot of people are. And the anti-war people are consistent, but I'm like, sometimes you have to do some stuff. Like, I don't think you can just be like, yeah, you know, and I know like it's the libertarian thing where it's like the non-aggression principle, but like waiting to get attacked is not necessarily the optimal strategic like move to just be like, we'll just wait to get attacked first and then do something.
So I'll call in earlier sometime and we can go through this because
Sure.
it's not just a principled moral position. It's the logical position because every action has a reaction that is not always equal and opposite. Sometimes it is asymmetric and way worse.
Mm-hmm.
And generally, if you hold a defensive position, the reason Iran dislikes us isn't because they're, you know, evil Muslims. It's because of what we've been doing.
Yeah, of course.
If you
I
read
understand that.
if you read the final declarations of some of the people who signed up to join Al Qaeda, it's not because they were like, yeah, man, fuck these people's freedom. It's support for Israel and bases in the Holy Land.
Yeah.
And, you know, the other reason Iran dislikes us is because of our support for Iraq during 79 and later during the Iran-Iraq War. If you've ever heard of the Halabja massacre,
No.
it's where
I'm sure America did something
we
bad
had the Halabja massacre. We let Saddam use chemical weapons
okay.
against the Iranians. And so there's that. And then the final thing that I've just been annoyed with is just I dislike this. I dislike the diaspora populations in the U.S. that come to the U.S. and then immediately urge the U.S. government to basically go solve the problems in the country with which we emigrated from. Like, no.
What if they promise to go back?
They never do.
I know they never do. They never do. But if they promise to go back, they never go back.
But yeah, I saw the Shah the Shah's son 3 weekends ago in Bethesda.
Oh, really?
And I wanted to. Yeah. I live in the North Virginia area, so I saw him puttering around Bethesda at some overpriced restaurant, and it's like, you know, the people don't want him. They don't like the MEK, which are basically just a cult. I think they live in like Azerbaijan now, but there is no one to take power there. I think what you're probably going to see is you're going to see a coalition from Iraq roll back into Iran and try and establish power. One of the groups I said before, probably Dawa or Skiri. You'll probably see like Nouri al-Maliki make some statements and try and help set up power. And at least it'll be a transitional government that won't be IRGC, but will still be related to, you know, IRGC or former IRGC. But
yeah.
That's my guess.
Interesting. We'll see. But it's going to be a dicey.
I know it's late.
Yeah, dicey next week. That's for sure.
Hey, man.
All right.
Keep your eyes peeled and head on a swivel, man.
Yeah, man. You too.